giant log must be prepped and hand-trimmed before it is put into place by the construction crane.
We now have a place to house everything we're doing, whether it be cultural activity, whether it be recreational activity. It was the community that said, we want a hall where we can sing and dance, where we can have meetings, where we can play floor hockey. We're showing that this community can do it. Because a lot of times government says, oh, Native communities, they don't have the ability to administer, they don't have the ability to manage. And if we don't have that ability, how come we're able to put such a beautiful facility here? How come we're the ones that are taking the lead in enhancement and restoration in the Sarita River? So it's a signature to, yes, we can do it. We want to be able to get our salmon in our river one day again. And we can gather at a place like this to have a feast. Because we can feast now because we have our salmon. So it's all interconnected no matter which way you put things. They're connected somehow. Hishuk, Sawak, everything is one. And this is just part of that, everything is one.
Meanwhile, we continued to log for the sake of the river. Each time we traveled into these culturally rich areas, we were reminded of the importance of this stretch of forest to our ancestors. It also made us realize what we were risking to save the Sarita. The selective logging of this area would have to be carried out with the utmost care.
What we have here is a canoe blank. There's very many different things that it could have been used for. It could have been used for a funerary site where they would have prepared this thing and buried someone within the log itself. Or it could have been a directional thing, just to point in the direction of, say, a favorite hunting spot or where medicinal plants would be picked up.
As the group checked and rechecked what would be cut and what will be left behind of our sacred wood, we committed ourselves to the idea of these big trees coming down for the greater good of restoring the Sarita River, the lifeblood of this valley.
Well, the trees coming down, it is an emotional thing, and some of our people were probably surprised that we'd be doing a project like this, but when you look at the end result, it's going to be restoring the Sarita River for future generations, and that's the important thing to remember here.
The waters of Barkley Sound, one of the richest marine habitats on the coast of British Columbia, have been our highway and grocery store for centuries. Even after European contact, the tradition of fishing and boat building continued to be central to our way of life. With the destruction of river habitats like the Sarita, as well as over-harvesting by the commercial industry, fish stocks in Barkley Sound have diminished greatly. We felt all along that the restoration of the Sarita, a key salmon-producing river in this territory, could have a positive effect on the salmon population of the entire area. With a resource management department and fisheries biologist in place, we set up our plan to physically rebuild the Sarita and restore the fish to the river. Each October, we've been removing adult fish and transporting them to the Nitnat hatchery run by our neighboring tribe and the Federal Fisheries Department, who together have been working to restore the fish stocks throughout the region.
It's important not to look at the salmon in isolation of the whole watershed, the whole forest, and the whole ecosystem, because they're all interconnected. Hatcheries have been important in rebuilding the salmon stocks, especially in the Sarita River. And combined with hatcheries and the natural rebuilding and restoration of rivers, we're going to see a lot more fish coming back in the future.
Easy, corks going down.
Working with hatchery employees, Huu-ay-aht people assist in removing these large Chinook salmon from the river. They will become broodstock for future generations of Sarita fish. The salmon are gently moved from the river to the waiting tanker truck, which keeps the fish immersed in water for the 20-mile journey up to the hatchery. These salmon are descendant from those fished by our ancestors centuries ago. And it's this genetic link which holds the promise for the future, a return of the rich resource which has always fed our people.
Let's rebuild it, let's restock it with spring salmon, cohos, chums. Let's get this fingerlings from hatcheries and place them in here and see what will be start coming back.
It was the wish of our community and elders like Willie Sport to restock the Sarita, to have salmon for our ceremonies and future generations. These eggs will incubate here for the next 4 months. Each egg holds the promise of life to revitalize the flowing waters of the Sarita. We will return in early summer to release hundreds of thousands of small fry into the river.
What we'll do is go around and we'll go down to the boom and start there.
The day has come to begin processing the wood from our sacred stand of trees, and we decided to pay a visit to the Weyerhaeuser plant to witness the final journey of these logs, as they are transformed into a resource which will in turn feed the river.
We started at 5 o'clock this morning putting these logs into the mill, and we will continue until they're all done, and we will get our test results out of that 900 cubic meters.
Yeah, and it's definitely a test for us too, or for me as well,
Right.
because normally we're trying to save logs that are in sacred areas as opposed to trying to cut them, but I mean it's all tied into the river, so.
We're in a position right now where we have to make very difficult decisions. It's a very delicate balance, and there's a lot of variables and a lot of key players that need to participate in this whole project if we're to be successful.
When Robert and Larry first approached myself and our organization in the notion that we would work together on restoring the fish population in the Sarita, part of the challenge for myself, not only intellectually, but what I had to sell through our organization, was that we were going to do some harvesting of our wood on our private land, and we were going to use the funds from that to put into restoring the Sarita.
Some of the logs from the cut block found their way to the building site of the House of Huu-ay-aht. We felt it was important to have sacred elements of our land literally holding together this new symbol of our cultural heritage.
There's never been a building here before like this, and I'm pretty glad it's going to be up here. It's pretty important to get all the young people to look ahead again and how the future can change if they learn a little bit about our history, and I'm glad I got to be up here helping it out. Having a cultural center would be great because all the young kids that have to move from here and have to get used to another lifestyle of city life type thing, and if we keep our tradition down here and teaching our young kids as they're growing up, they'll know most of their history as they get older, and about my age they'll have a pretty good idea.
We were a few months away from the completion of the building, and we still had a lot to do on the river, but we thought we'd get the word out to other communities. We traveled by canoe and invited people from other tribes to come join us for the opening of the House of Huu-ay-aht. This is how it was done in the old days. We decided if we were going to rebuild our community, we had to start from the ground up by reintroducing the culture to our young people. We knew that creating a sense of identity and pride in these young kids would not only help them today, but help reinforce the other changes we were making to the land around us. And so, as the work on the river and Big House continued, we began the process of creating a Huu-ay-aht language program in the local school. Working with public school teachers and our own traditional speakers, we were able to create the first Huu-ay-aht language textbook ever.
That talks about family.
When it was the time for residential schools and children were removed from their homes, that a lot of self-esteem was lost and a lot of our culture was hidden, and it was illegal at one point in time to dance, to sing, and to speak the language. And now there's great pride in bringing that forward, and everything that's been held in the closets of the community is surfacing and coming forward, and it's just tremendous.
Color book. Dedicated to late Chief Arthur Peters.
The Animal book is dedicated to late Chief Louis.
The family book is dedicated to late Fanny Williams.
The texts are named after our elders no longer with us, who kept the language alive all these years.
These books are dedicated to your elders, to your late chiefs, and to your community members. As we continue to develop curriculum, names will be brought forward, and we'll continue that dedication so that those people stay alive in your hearts, and that they're going to stay alive for these children and for the next generation.
Like the blessing of this gym with our traditional songs, the language lessons taught in these books are being introduced to both Huu-ay-aht and non-First Nation students, fulfilling another one of our goals to foster closer relations with our non-native neighbors.
We've been working with language for the past few years, and Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal both take language instruction. In order for people to be more aware of one another and to truly understand and to appreciate the similarities and the differences, we need to do more work together. Over the past few years especially, there's been a real coming together of the entire Bamfield community, and there's a great celebrating spirit and becoming one with much more respect being evident today.
When you try and redo the creator's work, you need some big machines. Stefan, head of our restoration project, brought in this giant 10,000 horsepower sky crane to lift huge